To start this repair, you want to disconnect the negative battery terminal, which is located right there. So grab a 10mm wrench and loosen this up. Then wiggle the terminal off and set it to the side so it can't make contact. You're going to have to remove these plastic pieces behind the steering wheel, and I want to start off by removing this lever here that allows you to adjust the height of the steering wheel. And the way I'm going to do that, take a little plastic trim tool or anything that you want to pry with, pry outward, and it should pop free. There it is. Next, if you look underneath, there should be some screws. Mine are actually missing. So because my screws are missing, I can simply pry this off. So this is why you want to disconnect the battery, because right now you're going to have to turn the key to the start position. Obviously you don't want the truck to start. And you want to take a pick, press it down into this hole here. And once you have it pressed into this hole, pull out on the ignition switch a little bit. And that will release the ignition switch for you. The next thing to do is to remove this piece here. Slide that right off. Next you need to remove this little tiny white piece here. And the best way to do it is just like you saw with a pick. I hooked the pick onto this little tab here and then twisted it. And the last step to remove this ignition switch is to insert either 2 screwdrivers or 2 picks, one in this hole right here and press, and the other one in this hole here and press, and it'll slide right down. And once you've pulled this down and out, let's disconnect the electrical connector. To do that, you can just grab a pick, stick it in here and unlock it. Now you can press down on this tab and remove the unit. Once you have this old one out, you want to take your new one and you want to match up this gear so that it's in the exact same position as the old one. You can see the new one is wound up all the way one way, the old one is wound up the other way. So if I take my new one and spin it to the other end, now they line up exactly, and that's what you want. So reconnect your new ignition switch and lock it in. Now you can take it, slide it up into the hole and click it in, and take this wire, wrap it around the back side, slide it down, and then twist it to lock into place. Take this and place it back, make sure it clicks. Take your key, slide it in. It'll only go in one way, just make sure it goes in all the way. So now make sure you test it. You have it right now, it's in the off position. This is ignition or accessory, on, and start. So it all works perfectly. Now let's get this all back together. I'm going to start by putting this top on, slide it in, make sure it goes over the hazard switch, and make sure that the boot for the shifter goes into its little groove. And last piece is this one right here. Put this back up into place. On this side, make sure the shifter boot goes into this groove here. Snap it together, and once your shifter boot is lined up, snap it together on that side too. And if you have your screws, reinstall them again. I don't. Last but not least, reinstall your steering wheel adjusting lever. Go ahead and reconnect your battery and snug it up. Now test everything and make sure it works. So put the key in. This is off. This is accessory, on position, and start. My battery's dead, but that's start.